Let you guys have one more for fun, and then we're going to call it a night.
Let's do it. So this is the title track off of our new album. This one is called How Hard Could It Be?
Start off with your very first song ever, live at the BeeHive and the BeeHive bandwagon. Where are we headed?
This is, I am so stimulated right now by the passing scenery, by the river that I worked on for 15 years as a guide, and by the windy highway in the back of the van. It's a good thing I don't have motion sickness, or else I probably would have puked by now. But I love, this is awesome, man. I love this. This is awesome.
I love it.
So I'm going to start off with a song that's sort of like an invocation for escape, welcoming you to a world that is different from what you're used to. This is called Away-O. Walk through the door, the world shines differently. It's a place you've never been, and a heart you've never known. You know the names, you might think familiar things, but it doesn't really matter. It's just the way it makes you feel. Away-O, away-O, away.
I'll tell you what. We just keep it going. We got more tunes from Buffalo Commons out of Steamboat, Colorado. Let's take it away.
Let down on Sunday, dreading the morning to be, dreading my life. I'm so tired of the paper chase, tired of the average pace, tired of the life. When I woke up, the sirens wail, dust laid the ceiling pale, escaped dust in time. To the streets, no one was watching me. The red for the light. These comets fill the sky, and the ground begins to shake. I'm glad I'm still alive. Well, it's just a Monday for me. Who would have thought it'd be?
Oh, yeah, we know this one. Jazz Tax. Everyone knows this one back here, right?
It's kind of hard swing tune, so.
All right, well, let's hear it again. For the third time, this house is becoming very used to Jazz Tax. So here we go. First question. We're rolling into it right now. First one. Name the city and state for where that landmark resides. Where might that one be from there? It could be anybody's guess. That's kind of tough right there. You know, anybody. Ain't from
Texas on this one.
Where do we got? What do we got?
That looks like Sherman, Texas.
That looks like Sherman, Texas, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if we're checking it out, let's go and find that answer right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's one answer right there for them.
Go Bearcats.
Yeah, Sherman, Texas. I'm impressed. That's a tough one.
Good job, Jamie.
I mean, when it comes to landmarks, nobody thinks Sherman, Texas. That's pretty impressive. So let's keep it going. Another question to you guys right here. It's the name of the city and state for where these landmarks reside. Can you believe this? Number 2 right here, and I don't know how much discussion you guys need to have. Braden, I'm going to leave this one in your world, maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say Columbus, Kansas.
Columbus, Kansas. I didn't even think there was a Columbus, Kansas. I thought, what the hell? It'd fall out of Ohio and just drip over. Well, let's find the answer to that one right there. Swimming. That's 2 in a row, you guys. Sherman, Texas, Columbus, Kansas. You guys are really smart. I don't know where you guys know this stuff from.
1, 2, 3. Give me peace all night. Give me light, give me light. Keep me reach you, heart and soul. Oh, there's no place. Take hold of my hand, that I might understand you. Won't you please? Oh, won't you give me love, give me love, give me peace all night. Give me light, keep me free from birth. Give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load. Trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. Oh, my Lord.
Let's go live in this house again. Oh, open up the window, let the sun shine in. Oh, I can just love to see love is gonna live in this house again. She's sunlight breaking through the rain. She's music filling this old house up again.
Where are we headed next, brother? Give us another one.
So this is an older tune of mine that I wrote when I was probably about like 17 years old. It's called Old Jim, as in Gemstone, because I thought it was just a heck of a tune when I refound it. You know it's not about your clothes. This game of life is not a contest. This poker face ain't what you chose. You'd rather be humble than honest. But now you're down upon your knees, yeah, asking the Lord for forgiveness. But that don't matter much to me, no, no. Everything happens for a reason.
Well, brother, I'm sorry. Well, I know we done you wrong. We made you wait. We made you wait so long. Well, brother, you wonder. Your words come in a wind. We've been led astray by the evilest of men.
Back to Colorado. If you find my heart, bring it back to Colorado and leave it on the front porch of my one true love. If you find my mind, be free to read me and listen to the story I didn't know how to tell. I got lost, torn apart and scattered, but it don't really matter. I'm the earth's to keep. Notify my kin that I'm never coming home. Forever I will roam in your sweetest dreams.
can't hear a thing. There we go. Welcome back. You know what, Richard? You know what's funny? Right there, I looked and I go, oh, Richard's going to tell me that my sound's not on. I got it. I got it handled. We're dialed. Good to go. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Goldie. Welcome to another 2-hour installment of Live at the BeeHive. I've got the said gents in the house right now. Jack and
What's up?
Brett. What's up, boys? How you doing?
Amazing. Thanks for having us again.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. Thanks for a good Tuesday night vibe.
And thank you, Willow, and Jardine, and Richard, a.k.a. Mother and Father. Thank you, guys. Not Willow. I'm sorry, Willow.
Willow is
related.
not my mother or
I-
father.
I
Yes,
consider
very
you
true.
my aunt, if that means anything.
Willow's the aunt?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sick. Your Canadian aunt. I love it. I love that. Bro Soul in the house. Here we go. Oh, hell.
Hi, Mom.
Nice. Oh, she did. Hell. Well, I mean, hello all. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's. I don't know where's your head at lately. Last week you came from a concert. It was Peach Pit, and you were kind of boned on that. So where's your head this
Yes.
week?
Honestly, still kind of boned off the Peach Pit.
You're still in the Peach Pit,
Yeah.
pattering. All right. Well then, I don't know. I just say we go for some music, and I'm gonna show you guys some things on the merch store while they are playing music because you guys got to see some of this stuff we got now. It's kind of fun. But gents, why don't you take it away? It's Tuesday night. That's the cheering section right now. Yeah, we got a cowbell in the house. What up? Nice. I want to keep it going. I don't even really want to be talking right now. Your dad, Richard, believes that you have a double bass back there.
No, I don't.
Yeah, we know that, but he thinks you're that good, and he's right. Willow's giving some claps. I'm getting a little blurry. Guess that's my sign to get out. You don't even know. You don't even know what just happened. We're going to do this real quick, and this is amazing because Ashley just showed up. What up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
This is crazy. She just showed up from Salt Lake City. I did not know you were showing up.
I know.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you for the music. I'm blurry, so that means it's time to take a break. And everyone needs to go get a bevy. And we need to be back here in like 10 minutes or less. And we do it again. All right, Willow's in the house. Say hi to everybody, you guys. Here, let me make sure. Yeah, there you go. You got, everyone's still in the house. You got Willow. You got Geraldine. You got Dad. You got me blurry. What the heck?
Well, thank you guys for watching and everything. I really appreciate that.
That's nuts. I saw you walk in and I was like, that's not my girlfriend. Keenan's in the house. What? Wait, is he? Where's Keenan? He's in the. Oh, he's in Salt Lake. He's in the comments. Yeah. Okay, I'm starting to put it all together. Yeah, whistles out there for blurry. Okay, let's take a quick break, and I promise we'll be back. I'll let you keep it going.
so there's a
Bryce, I'm still cooking. I love it. Okay, check your birds. I got that mango. Oh, is there a camera? Is there a view we need to see?
Yeah!
They were requested to see us.
Oh yes, pardon me.
We did say your name down, so we did say it.
Yeah, there she go. There she go.
I was like, if Tabs asks.
Thanks,
What up?
Thanks, Baz, the
Oh my
assistant.
god. I just dropped the line. Oh, it's trending.
Sick. Throw some water on that ass. And then I just start mixing.
Oh!
Shot a little batter. This will blow your mind. This is you watching you. Is coming back. There we go. First day at the job. All right, yo, friends. Whoever just tipped us that much, man, we really appreciate you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. Cowbell!
Thank you so much, guys.
Woo! That was sick.
Oh my
Actually,
God.
let me get the microphone on that cowbell. Hit that cowbell again. Yeah! Woo! It's like the bell at a bar when somebody tips. Dang, 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 dang. I love that. Makes you feel good. We got an hour, and I'm ready for more of this.
So are we.
Where we left, did you? I mean, I have enough. That's enough questions.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty
It sounded
sure.
like you had a question.
I was gonna go ahead and start yammering a little bit, but I'd rather hear music.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll play some music then.
Let's go. That's what I got for you. 7:20. Still have plenty of time left. And Willa wanted some yammering. I can't do it right now. Not gonna do it. We're gonna have to go ahead and hear more music till your fingers are burning.
Easy. Easy, easy, easy.
There's, I guess I got the noise up real good. I got that noise up real good. But it's, Brett, when it got quiet there for a second, right? And you were changing out your little drum thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can hear every click of it. Way more than you can see me right now. Stupid camera. I'm so over it with this camera. I get it fixed. It's so dumb though. I get it fixed and then it doesn't get fixed. We still got about another, I don't know, 15 if you're feeling some cheese in your milk. I gotta change away from this blurry camera. Terrible. What do we want? Oh, are you muted? Are you guys muted? Oh. Oh yeah. Do I need an AF? Sure. Yeah. Do me real nice. There we go. He got me. Yeah. I'm in the yeah. We're looking for a chef. We're looking for a chef for this show. We know that. So if anyone of you guys out there knows somebody who wants to be a chef or is a chef and wants to come on the show, well, send them my way. We also, what else were we looking for? We were talking about at the beginning. What else? We were looking for a chef.
I thought it was just a chef.
It was a chef. We need a chef. Are you a chef? We need a chef every Tuesday. You come in here, we'll get the food dialed.
I'll find some people.
They can't hear the yammering.
Dude, they need, oh here, let me hold up. We got too much, yeah, I have my effects on the yammering. That was extreme yammering. You can't hear the yammering, Willow. It was just super quiet. We were in a mode, right? We were in like a
phase.
A mode of quiet yammering.
It was a mood.
Okay. With all this yitzel and yammering, I don't know, 15 minutes to go or so, and we want to keep the vibe living. Oh, next Monday, that's what I wanted to talk about. Next Monday, we got High Horse. You saw it in the chat. High Horse. So Brett's, if you remember, Brett played with the Lovelies last Thursday, right?
Yeah.
And when that happened, the violin player, the fiddle player, violin, he says, well, I got to do this with my other band. We says, okay. So we do. Monday, coming your way. I believe, I don't know what the weather is going to be. I think it's going to be hot, really hot. We're going to the 90s, aren't we? Yeah, we're done with the nice, cool rain weather. That's over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, anyway, everything dies now. Cool. Monday, though, we'll leave those doors wide open. You know, right here behind, let's see here. Yeah, right behind the boys there. Yeah, that's going to be wide open. Wide. Because we need that air. We want that air. All cooped up here in a little tiny studio. It's not February. This is July almost. What, June?
June.
Whatever.
Not enough to be July.
Okay, then, Rickledine. Speaking of Rick, did we talk about Rick Derringer last week? We lost Rick Derringer. Rick Derringer. We have said Rick Derringer where in place of, like, remember when we talked about the word gunch? We're learning, we're teaching. Rick Derringer might as well be the same thing for the word cool. Like, how you doing, Rick Derringer? Oh, word. How's that ice cream, Rick Derringer? Right. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah.
I do understand.
But now we've lost Rick Derringer.
Now we can never be cool again.
Well, he's going to be a little cooler than most of us at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers to the brother,
Yes.
though. Captain D. Derringer. I'm getting another bevy. And I would like for you guys to take us out with something delicious. guys got any game for maybe a request?
It depends on the request.
I don't know. What have you not played in forever in the world of requests? Send us away with a song. Here's the idea. Send us away with a song that's going to be stuck in our head.
Okay.
That's what I get. That's what I get, don't I? Damn it! It's never, I never want that song. Believe me. Makes me blurry. Right? The Christmas song, right, Willow? She wants to hear the Christmas song, you know, the few of my favorite things. Have a great night. Oh, let's go! Go! Oh man, the girls love this song. Go ahead. Gabby's back there. She's a dreamer. Her life has just begun. That's the one.
I've never actually played that part.
You really have never. That's awesome, dude. Thanks for the little. Yeah. Now I'm like, all right.
Yes.
Freedom rock, man.
Now don't forget though. You gotta still have that one
You
stuck
know
in your
what?
head.
You know what would be fun? What's the one? Oh man. Goodness. I'm gonna get it. I've got a request for you, and I'm totally spacing it right now, but it is. I'm totally I know this song, but I had that second shot of.
I'm gonna play Journey again.
Now I'm all jazzed up. Oh man, what is the one? It's not that. Oh, you know what?
Wait.
Go ahead. It would never be that one either. But
It's not Journey. It's not any Journey songs.
No, what it's I'm thinking of like a soul coughing. I'm thinking of like
Circles?
well, no, because the song I'm thinking of, I'm totally spacing out right now. I'm getting in the zone. I'm getting closer. I am just totally spacing it out right now. It's ridiculous.
We're getting further.
Well, and this is why I don't ever go to the club and request a DJ. You know, like, hey, guy, I want to hear a song. What do you want to hear?
Do you remember?
No, I don't. I don't remember. That's the thing. What's your hey, Jack, you've seen Drumeo. right? Right. You've seen Drumeo. Drumeo's where, if you guys don't know, Drumeo's the thing on the internet where drummers of skilled possession have the opportunity to hear a song that they've never heard, and then they get to just like rip the drum set to the track.
Yes.
Brett, have you any chance you ever want to do that?
I mean, I kind of do that a lot on gigs.
You kind of
anyway.
just did 2 hours of it, right? And so there was one of those actors on there the other day, and he was to play. I think it was the John Stamos
John
guy.
Stamos is actually pretty good.
Yeah. Well, okay, cool. But then they said, "Hey, play this song. I swear you've probably never heard it," and it was "Last Resort" by Papa Roach.
Oh, come on.
I mean, come on. When you're an actor, you live in LA. You're not under a rock. You literally. That's like saying I've never heard "Toxic" by Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Like that's just ridiculous. I've never heard "Blue Suede Shoes" by Elvis Presley. Like, come on. He said, "Oh, I've never heard this song before. Let's go." Oh, wow, I'm really drumming close to it. Yeah, idiot. It's because everyone's heard it. That really made me mad. Drumeo, we gotta talk. That was a little acting. That was too much acting. We don't do acting around here. None of that. All right. Yeah, Willow's trying to help me out, trying to figure out the song I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Actually, I'm pumped for
I know, right? He wants to hear graduation music. Forget it.
I mean, I could do it.
There you go. Big hit. Da-da-da. Yeah. I'll be your big hit if you need it. Da-da-da.
Thank you.
Blurry again. All right. I'd say that's gonna do it then. Is that the cheese for the evening?
I believe that is the cheese for the evening.
Okay. Well then,
no
say goodbye to your humans,
Goodbye, humans.
Au revoir.
and I'll get out of the way.
Goodbye,
you
everybody.
ladies say goodbye and goodbye.